What are you going to do to keep it off? What are you going to do to sustain this? What are you going, because what I'm doing is just not a fad. I'm just not trying to get in a dress or a size just for an occasion, or to even just to look good, because that's the trending thing. I'm doing this for life.
It's very important to understand that without exercise and fitness, people don't realize this, but we can die.
I'm Siobhan Shaw, and I am a member of this amazing team and this amazing show, and I'm a catalyst for the Growing to Give nonprofit, which is a sustainable community garden and farm development organization. But that's not what we're here to talk about tonight. We're here to talk to my friend and the Solutions for Everybody owner, Patricia Jenkins. I am so excited to share, to help you share today, is your health and wellness journey. So everybody's going to know about you. And I actually had the fortune of being able to visit Louisiana several times, and I got to meet you and your whole family, big family, and I got time, I got to know you, and really what I felt was this warm embrace from your family. And a big part of the time I spent there with you was focused on food. There was just a lot of food, and you are a phenomenal cook. You put out a spread for a group of people that were there for an event, and oh my God, it was so delicious, and things I'd never eaten before, like crawfish, jambalaya. And I was just talking to a friend of ours, Cynthia, who was there, and she reminded me of the chicken wings and the paella or something that you made. I can't even pronounce it. But I think food is where your health and wellness journey began.
Yes.
So can you share with the audience, and hopefully we'll put this picture up later, your before and after picture, but could you share with the audience what your weight was when we first met?
Probably 320 or 280. It was probably in between there. So that's moving to Louisiana. You're going to love food. So yes, a migrant from Seattle, Washington, moved to Louisiana and learned so many great traditions on food and spices and all the good stuff.
So that's where you put your weight on, is that right?
That is where I put my weight on, and having 5 children. So I have 4 boys and 1 girl, and probably never really took the weight off from having all 5 children. Not really, managing a family, taking care of 5 kids. Kids stay at home. Kids don't eat. You eat what they have on their plate, and just get comfortable. Get married, you get comfortable, and you lose yourself into others, and raising a family and trying to make sure your family is, better than you are, and just losing focus on that, and that's how the weight just piled on.
Did you have any health concerns at this weight, at 320? Was it about?
I really didn't have any health issues. I never suffered from diabetes, didn't have hypertension, didn't have any cholesterol problems, so I wasn't even considered as borderline, although a lot of doctors, as soon as you are past the marker on your glucose, they're ready to start you on medicine. But I never wanted to. So I didn't have any of those health concerns at all. It was just more the physicality, the things that I wasn't able to do, especially after my children did grow up. You know, I wasn't taking care of myself, and I wanted to be better for them. And, when I saw that I couldn't run anymore because my kids got into sports. So when I noticed that I couldn't run anymore, that's when it kind of started becoming a problem for me personally. And,
So,
going to parks, as I grew up as a kid, I grew up and I did a lot. I did a lot of sports. I did everything. I was in drill teams. I was a skinny girl, but moving, coming down south, just different habits and different behaviors I picked up.
so when you said enough, what did you do to start to transform your health?
When I said enough is when we went to Universal Studios and I couldn't ride the rides. And I love riding rides. I said, I had to make a change then. And then one of my sons was getting married, and I didn't want to be wearing a big dress. I wanted to look, presentable. I wanted to look nice. I wanted to look like, the groom's mother is supposed to be, all that. So I lost actually like 80 pounds from that time when I did it on, did it on my own. So there was some struggles with there and battles, and seeing that I am an aerobics instructor. I was an aerobics instructor back in the 80s, y'all. So I did a lot of aerobics. So I'm telling on my age, but I was an aerobics instructor. And that's where I first had my downfall, because I tore my ACL. And I think after I tore my ACL, that kind of like, I lost a lot of motivation and everything like that. So that's when the weight packed on. But I knew I could do it because I had the experience. It was just getting back in that mindset and getting that behavior going and getting that motivation and drive back is really like the ABCs of fitness.
So how did you get that motivation and drive back? So you want to look fine for your son's wedding,
Right.
and you lose 80 pounds by yourself. So you just
And
ate less food and
I changed my eating habits. I
Mhm.
went on low carb diet. Um, I did took out a lot of meat. So really changing my diet and watching what I was eating, but also eating. So, at once upon a time I thought, okay, I'm not going to eat, I'm going to get skinny or whatever. But no, to this day, I'm short on 2 meals right now because of this meeting. I'm hungry, but I eat 6 to 7 times a day. You know, that's my body. Not everybody body is works that way. And that's where I came up with my business solutions for everybody, because what I've done for my body and to get into shape is maybe not everybody's going to do this. I had, after I tried to drop those, well, I did drop those 80 pounds. I went from 320 to 350. I mean, 320 to 280. I was dabbling on wanting the weight loss surgery because I am older. I'm 59, I turned 59 this year. I'm going to let everybody know I turned 59 this year. And the weight just, different hormones. I just couldn't get the weight off on my own where I wanted to be comfortable at. So I did opt to have the vertical sleeve, the gastric sleeve. Um, I thought a lot about it. Insurance at the time wouldn't cover it, and I did it on my own. I tried so many different methods on losing weight, but the one true one that was best for me is what I kind of teach my clients, is how to eat proper, what to eat, things that you can stay away from, especially if you're older. Some things just, for me, but maybe not for everybody, work out for you. And I do tweak a lot with when I do their meal preps, because I do meal preps for them with their nutrition. But I had the sleeve, and I kind of follow the diet that I did prior to me having the sleeve, and then what they advise you to eat and how to eat with your sleeve. So to this day, I had my sleeve in 2015, and it is 2023, and well, 2024, you guys, I have not gained my weight back.
Do you
So
recommend this surgery for people that are extremely overweight?
solutions for everybody. Some people may not want to.
Mhm.
I can't say, because it's not for everybody, because that was one of the hardest things. People always say, oh, that was, you did it the easy way. No, y'all, that it really wasn't. That's what I'm saying. So it's really not for everybody, because you have to be mentally ready for that as well, because you can kill yourself.
Hmm.
You know, you eat too much, you can kill yourself, because I mean, you're gonna bust your sleeve, you know, you're gonna, because your stomach is small. I mean, there's many dangers into that. So I don't never recommend that to anyone. I always advise people to check with your physician to see what's best for you, because I don't know. All I can do is just give people recommendations, show you exercises, give you recommendations on nutrition. I'm a nutrition specialist, so I don't prescribe diets for anyone or nutrition plans for anyone. I just can recommend some of the things that I've done, and I've seen it in my clients. You know, I have several clients that have followed the same meal plans that I do, and have, you know, lost weight. One of my biggest losers right now, she's going on 70 pounds, and she'll make her year next month in February. So it works if you are consistent with everything. And in all things, you know, consistency is a big thing.
And I have a sort of out there question. Were they supportive when you changed your eating habits? Do you have to make different meals for them and for yourself?
Not anymore, not anymore. When I first started, though, they loved it. You know, my husband, which he needs to eat what I eat. He does not eat what I eat, you guys. He's very non-compliant. My husband he has all three metabolic syndromes, and they're all genetic, because his mom, his family's had them. So he's the diabetic, he's hypertensive, and he has high cholesterol. So he has all three of those, which I try to teach and help with my clients that do fall in that syndrome, is the nutrition part. I mean, once you get the nutrition part, diet, exercise, you know, you can do that. But if you don't start with what you put inside, it doesn't matter what you're doing on the outside or what you're doing, because everything starts from your digestive system, and it's in your mouth. Whatever you're putting in, you know, you put out. If I can eat 1,000 calories or more a day, I can eat 2,000 calories a day, and I'll burn it off, because that's me, and that's what I do. I don't recommend anybody do that. I don't do that because I can't take in that much. But it's all about really nutrition and supplements, and what you're putting in, because that is basically really your fuel. You know, those things help with your muscles and cells and everything else. So
Well, that is
nutrition.
that Pat, we couldn't have planned this better. That is a great segue to introduce Dr. Roni into the conversation. Dr. Roni Singleton is our naturopathic expert, and she's right there. Hi, Dr. Roni, how are you?
Hi, so happy to meet you. You know, I was so excited to have this guest on, because you are so, you know, you need to talk about this a lot to people. It's very important to understand that without exercise and fitness, people don't realize this, but we can die. You know, they don't call it that though, right? You know, exercise improves, fitness improves your cardiovascular system. It improves your brain, right? It improves your mental attitude, your emotional attitude about life. It improves your libido. It improves your acuity, everything. It expands your vessels in your body, your entire bloodstream. So I'll tell you a little story about Robert, and I'm sure she's going to like the story because that's what keeps her exercising. That's what keeps her fit. You know, she had the, whatever you call it, the sleeve. I know a little bit about that because I treat a lot of clients with that. But it's nothing more important than staying fit because that's what she's doing, right? So my client, Robert, they kept telling him, that's not his name. They kept telling him, but if you exercise, Robert, you'll feel better. You'll keep your weight down. You'll keep your blood pressure down and you'll have good blood flow. You know, the bruises on your legs will go away. You'll start feeling your feet again, Robert. You'll feel your feet because you'll have oxygen flowing through. The neuropathy will go away. But without that oxygen, he never did it. He never exercised. He didn't move out of the chair. He couldn't lose his 200 pounds that he needed to lose. And what happens is you don't have enough oxygen, and pretty soon you can't make the decision. Pretty soon you really can't get out of the chair. He's not lazy. He couldn't do it metabolically. He couldn't do it. And, you know, I think she said 50, I don't know, 50 something, 5 kids, right?
59.
She had so much motivation. You had 5 kids. One was getting married. God bless you. Those are the people that need to listen to you. You know, you need to give them that passion, because with that passion that you have, that will allow somebody like him to live. And, you know, I'm lazy sometimes. I wish that I could just get out and just go run and walk and stuff like that. But it does take some effort. And somebody like you that keep telling the story, tell the story. You give people so much hope. And I cannot talk about it enough because, you know, you can eat all the good food, vegetables, and, you know, and you're a type O, I heard you say, right? So type O people love their protein, right? And you need fat, no sugar, low on the grains, low on the carbs. I get it.
Like Pat says, there's a solution for everybody. And, you know, what works for me may not work for maybe a 20-year-old because I have a different age group. But I think it's just a personal choice on how you choose to lose weight. Obviously, you know, we follow Dr. Roni's, you know, way of doing it, or we can follow, maybe we are allergic to foods and we have inflammation. We have to just find a way to do it naturally healthy. And like I said, what works for me may not work for you. We're all different. And so we have to basically see a doctor like Dr. Roni so we can have the answers we need. So that's my perspective on that.
And you're right. And I believe that people are, Siobhan, it's doing it more naturally. We had a session not too long ago about medications and injections and doing it that way. And I've done some research, and I find that a lot of people who did it that way regret that. And they're now going on a more natural program to not only lose their weight, but to keep their weight off. Because even if you did the injections, they're finding that they're gaining the weight back plus more. So, you know, I think we can never, ever stop learning how to do it the more natural way, because research and science has already proven to us that if you miss that natural way, you're going to always go back to where you started from.
And that's some of the things I'm seeing with my clients. My membership has really dropped because of Ozempic. Manjaro, and I'm naming those things because people are coming to me and let me know, oh, I'm getting the shots now, and I've done this and I've done this, and I'm, asking, okay, are you eating? What are you eating? It's not natural. Then I have some people that have done this other thing, this liposuction alive or something while you're awake, or it's a name brand for it, but they're getting that done really quick. And I'm coming back asking them, okay, so what are you going to do? Prior to that, she should have been doing something else, because just like me, I did something before I went and did this, and I'm still doing something because I know, and I'm trying to teach that to people. Just because you're going to go do your BBLs and this other new liposuction while you're alive or awake, or you're going to go do your injections for the Manjaro or whatever, and you're losing all this weight, what are you going to do to keep it off? What are you going to do to sustain this? What are you going? Because what I'm doing is just not a fad. I'm just not trying to get in a dress or a size just for an occasion, or to even just to look good, because that's the trending thing. I'm doing this for life. This is something longevity, because if this is something that I'm starting now, I want to be doing this when I'm 80 years old. I want to be out there hiking. I want to be out there enjoying life. You guys are doing something temporal. What I'm doing is forever, for life, till I go in the ground.
That's right.
When did fitness come into play for you? Was it when you started to lose that first 80 pounds, or
well, fitness had never really come out of play, because like I said, I was an aerobics instructor back in the 80s. I was a softball man. I played volleyball. I was always an athletic person. And that's what really shocked me, because after having the 320 pounds on me for so long, y'all, but I had said that when I did lose the weight, I said, I'm going to do a cartwheel again, because my little girl, I'm going to cartwheel again. I'm going to skate again, because those are some of the things that I did when I was a teen and growing up. And I shocked everybody when I did that. But when I started losing the weight, I was saying, man, I'm small. And I come from a family that's not a big family. My mom isn't big at all. She weighs 120 pounds. But I started seeing my natural physique underneath. And that's what really shocked me. I said, oh my gosh. So, some people always think there's a certain body type. I always kind of went for a certain body type within myself. I'm going to have me some hips. I'm going to have me a big butt, or, big breast or whatever, just that real Coke bottle figure. And then when I started slimming down and seeing and working out using, weights and strength training, I could see how I looked when I was 14, 15 years old. So it was great to feel that way. And I guess I can say I'm in my prime body now, because I'm at 145, but I'm actually trying to get to 135, and I'm doing it the natural way with what I learned. So.
And you're actually about what, 5'9"?
No. I'm little. No? I'm 5'6". So.
No, you're taller than that.
Yeah, I'm 5'6". And I don't go on that, y'all, either. So with me, when you're doing something for life, and it's not always about the scale, because scales will mess you up. I have a certain pair of pants that I just size myself for, and if I can continue wearing that pair of pants, then I'm good. I do take breaks. Summertime, I don't really work out as much, because I'm enjoying eating and enjoying myself at summertime. And then I'll go into a season, and then right now it's winter. So I am training a little bit harder. So my program for myself, it gets a little bit hard, because I want to get those 10 pounds back off.
Tonight, I just, to help close it off, I want to know, Patricia, I know you have a few sessions coming up, and you do virtual training, and you do virtual coaching. I have posted in the chat box how they can reach you and how they can book time with you. But I know there's been another couple of comments about what specifically can you offer somebody that wants to lose weight now? What are you providing for them right now in terms of your services?
They want to lose and what they want to lose, because someone can tell me they want to lose weight, but how do you want to lose weight? How fast? What are you going to put into it? There's a lot of components that go there. Can you eat this? Can you not eat this? I mean, it's all in the mind, because the first thing when I tell people about sugar, busting the sugar, a lot of the sugar out, it's a very hard thing. I'm not going to lie. If you've been on a pattern of eating this for so long, and I advise you to not eat something that's on this list, like white rice, or potatoes or French fries or beef, I mean, you may not want to do that. And those are some of the things that I cut out of my diet. There's only certain foods that I ate. But then there's meal replacements. You can do it with shakes, meal replace with shakes. Are you ready to do that? And that is one of the quickest ways on doing it is supplementing meals with protein shakes, so you won't lose your lean muscle. Because if you drop your weight fast, you will do like I did. I went through several stages during my weight loss. I dropped down to 125 pounds, and I was really nothing but skin and bones. And then that's when I had to change my thinking again, because I was losing the weight and it was coming off so fast and I was looking good. But that was something in my head that I was messed up with. And I looked in the mirror and, oh my gosh, too small, no muscle.
Yeah.
So that would be the one thing, is I would definitely have to consult with you and see how committed you are.
Well, that's perfect. And I'll make sure that we post your information inside the Feel Good Share Good community. I'd love to see a session where maybe share a session where we can do like a group session on how to do chair exercises.
Yes.
I need to do some chair exercises. So
chair and wall, and you never have to get on the floor with any of my exercises if you don't.
Oh, perfect. So I think we need to have some demonstrations. We'll do some live demonstrations inside some of these communities. And I know you're going to be showing up more and more. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dr. Roni. You can find her at drroni.com. And Patricia will find you at Solutions for Everybody on Facebook, or you can go to her Book Me website as well, which I'll share the link for you as well.
Or even Google me.
Yeah, Google you. Yeah, Patricia Jenkins. Okay, so thank you again.
Solutions for everybody. Solutions for everybody.
I like that, for life, and I love that.
For life.
Exactly. So thank you again, and thank you for everybody that showed up tonight.
All right.
Awesome job, guys. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.